The Animal Health and Production Division within the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Rural Transformation conducted a feed trial here at the Dumbarton Agricultural Station on 4 different piglets. This trial emphasizes the ministry's commitment towards sustainability and good agricultural practices. The trial will increase the production and productivity of livestock in the agricultural sector here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Dr. Nicole Timm, Nutritionist in the Animal Health and Production Division, will provide more details on this trial.
We'll be culminating a feed trial that was done using ensyl conch trimming. Now that conch trimming we would have obtained from the Rainforest Seafood Ltd. This was processed by us, in which it was passed through a hammer mill. Then it was inoculated with a live culture. Then this was placed into a sealed container where fermentation would have taken place. In that fermentation process, you have the production of lactic acid. Now, lactic acid, for our polygastric animals, they are able to break it down very fast. However, for our monogastric animals, for example, the pigs and the poultry, the broilers, the turkey, this can pose a lot of problems. So the principal objective of this feed trial was to find the optimal inclusion level of that lactic acid for pigs. So we did a 20, a 30, and a 40% incorporation of that ensyl conch trimming into the diet of the weaner pig. We did that feed trial over a 5-week period, and what we have observed that the 20 and the 30% piglets perform far better than that of the 40%. The reason for that, the higher incorporation, although conch is a good source of protein, but however, adding a higher percentage of the conch into the diet of the pig means that there are a higher level of the lactic acid. And lactic acid, when you have a high intake, it can irritate the digestive tract. It can also create an offset in the acid-base balance, which can ultimately lead to metabolic acidosis. It can make the feed less palatable, so that means that the animal will have a lower feed intake, and ultimately it's going to affect their growth. So that is what we have seen over that 5-week period. Today we culminated the feed trial. We did the last weigh-in, and what we have gotten for the results, the 40%, the final weight is 40 pounds. The 30%, it's 45 pounds. The 20% also 45, and the control, in which we did the comparison, it's 45%. If we were to choose the optimal inclusion of the lactic acid in the diet of these different weaners, I'll choose the 30%. The reason for that is over the years, we have observed an increase in the price of our conventional feed, that is the wheat, the barley, and the soya. And using the ensyl conch trimming, it's a non-conventional feed material that can be incorporated in the diet of these animals and hence reduce the cost of production. There are a lot of farmers out there, due to that high cost of feed, it's really putting a financial strain on these farmers, and ultimately the animals, they are the ones that suffer. If we can find a non-conventional feed material that can replace or be a substitute for the conventional, let's say the wheat, the soya, and the barley, this can significantly reduce the cost of production. This can encourage a lot of our farmers to continue into production, and ultimately this can help to improve on the livelihood of our livestock farmers.
My experience was very good. I was happy to work along with them in the past couple of weeks. I see a lot of potential in the pigs. I noticed that they gain a lot of weight from the feed trial every Monday. We weigh them to see how much weight they gain over the past week.
I would like to continue working with other feed materials and other animals as we continue doing other feed trial.
For future research, Dr. Nicole Timm will continue to conduct feed trials by incorporating alternative feed materials to tackle the cost of local feed.